Solving systems of equations graphically, lesson 9 notes. Example number 1. Solve the system of linear equations graphically. Now, what I would like you to notice is the A and B that I have beside the equations. I actually did that for each of the equations, and I'd like you to pause your video and do that for all 5 examples. So, see, I have A and B there. For number 2, A and B. Number 3, I put A and B. So go ahead, take a moment, and put those beside each equation for examples 1 through 5. Okay, I'd also like you to write y equals mx plus b. Remember, in order to graph, it has to be in slope-intercept form, which means we have to solve for y. And once it's in slope-intercept form, the slope is in front of x, the y-intercept is behind x. The best part about example number 1 is the fact that both equations are already solved for y, meaning that there's no work to do. I simply just graph it. So let's put a 1 in front of the x, because for line A, my slope would then be negative 1. So negative, I'm going to put it over 1. Remember, we want it to be a fraction. So I'm going to put negative 1 over 1. That is my slope. And my y-intercept is the number after x, which is negative 2. Because the slope is negative, that means the line will go down, and remember, it is always to the right. So I'm going to graph this line. I'm going to start at negative 2, put a point, and I'm going to go down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. And I'm going to keep going. Make your points nice and small, just like I am. Once you've gone down and to the right, you go the opposite direction, which would be up and to the left. Then you will use your straight edge to draw your line. Don't forget to put the arrows on the end. And let's label that 1A. All right, let's look at B. Well, my slope is the number in front of x, so my slope is 1/2. And my y-intercept is the number behind x, which is 4. Now, before I graph this, let's examine the slopes. Here is the slope for the first line. Here is the slope for the second line. Are those slopes equal or are they not equal? Well, if you look at them, one is negative 1 over 1 and the other one is 1/2. So those slopes are not equal. So off to the side, I want you to put slope of line A does not equal slope of line B. So go up to your solutions. Which type of solution have slopes that are not equal? Right here. One solution, and one solution is intersecting lines. So I know that my lines will intersect. Over here, put intersecting lines. Because my slopes are not equal, they will be intersecting lines. So now it's time to graph line B. So I'm going to start at positive 4, because right here's my y-intercept. I start at positive 4 on the y-axis. Put a point. And then my slope is positive, so I'm going to go up 1 and to the right 2. So I go up 1 to the right 2. Up 1 to the right 2. Up 1 to the right 2. Once you've gone up and to the right as far as possible, the opposite then. Do the opposite. So I'm going to go down 1 to the left 2. 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 Once we put as many points as we can, use our straight edge, extend it past the graph lines, put arrows on the end, and this is question 1B. So label that 1B. Are our lines intersecting? Yes, they are. And they are intersecting right here. So circle that point. So what is the ordered pair of that point? What is the ordered pair of that point there? Well, the ordered pair would be to the left 4. So that would be -4. And then up 2. So the ordered pair would be -4, 2 of that point, that is. Okay, so how do I write my answer to this problem? Intersecting lines have one solution of, and then you put the ordered pair. So I will change this, but the rest will be the same. So it'll be one solution of -4, 2. One solution of -4, 2. Please pause your video and make sure you have all of this written down. Okay, now we're going to check our answers. We're going to check our answers using an app on the iPad. So I want everyone to find this app right here. It's GeoGebra Graphing Calculator. Find that app. All right, once you find it, go ahead and open it up. I'm going to go back to my original problem. I am going to type in the equations, exactly how they look in the original problem. So where it says input, I'm going to hit the tap there. I'm going to put in y equals -x, and the negative button is the minus button, and then -2. So there is y equals -x minus 2. Hit the button in the bottom right corner. It's the return button. That allows me now to put in a new equation. So the next equation is y equals, to put in 1/2, you do the division button. So 1 divided by 2. And then the gray arrows down there, hit the right arrow to get it to the side. So y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Hit enter. All right. So now, if I tap on this, I'm going to zoom it out a little bit. There are my two lines. Does it look like my graph? Sure. And the best part about this is tap at the point where they intersect. So if I tap right there, it tells me that the intersection of the two lines is -4, 2. What did we get our solution to be? -4, 2. So the best part about this app is you can check your work to make sure you are correct. And we are. So we put the equations in exactly how they looked in the original problem, right there. Put them in exactly how they looked. They were intersecting lines. I tapped the point where they intersected, and I got -4, 2. So again, my answer to question number 1, to example number 1 that is one solution of -4, 2. Please make sure you have everything written down. If you have any questions, please let me know.